जनवल्लभा गिरिवरदारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन जय राधा माधव कुन्द बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुन्द बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्रीनिवास पद्मावत वेंकटेश्वर बालाजी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Welcome all of you for the Srimad Bhagavatam class. This morning we are discussing on the topic of developing spiritual intimacy. We will recite a verse from the Bhagavatam. This is 10th canto, 88th chapter, 38th verse. In the second line, Mahur is written, it should be Muhur. There is some spelling mistake in the Bhagavatam, it should be Muhurambu Samplave, okay? Vayam vrisham tatra mahanilambubhir Nihanyamana Muhurambu Samplave Disho vidanto taparaspparam vane Grihita hasta paribabri matura. All Prabhujis together. Vayam vrisham tatra mahanilambubhir Nihanyamana Muhurambu Samplave Disho vidanto taparaspparam vane Grihita hasta paribabri matura. All Matajis together. So, Vayam means we, both of us, uh, Krishna is telling Sudama, Vayam Brisham. Rama, you and me, once we were sent by Guru Mata to the forest to fetch some firewood. At that time, Brisham means Bhankaram. Vayam Brisham Tatra Mahani Lambobir. And there was water and wind, violent winds. There was a hailstorm, thunderbolt in the sky, heavy rains, and there was a flood also. And we got stranded like this. We got stranded in the forest and we were searching for each other. We lost the Disha also. Disho Abhidantota. Parasparam Bane. And then finally we could meet each other in the forest. So we could not return back to the Gurukula the night. Whole night we were stuck and stranded in the jungle. The next day morning, Guru came, Sandipani, in search of the children. So he found them in the forest and then he glorified them, praised them for their devotion and dedication. But here you see, as you see in this picture here, Krishna and Sudama together. So they are holding each other's hands and they are also carrying firewood. So the firewood is the order of the Guru. The catching the hand represents their friendship. So ISKCON has two mottos. More devotees, happy devotees. The more devotees, the more sticks. You have to make more and more devotees. More devotees. And then the catching the hand represents happy devotees. Happiness comes to spiritual relationships. So, Grihita Hasta means catching each other's hand. Paribhapani Mathura. Mathu is the Guru Mata. Fulfilling the order of Guru Mata also should be done along with developing loving friendship. So, there are two words in English, mission, missionary. Missionary means all of us, all the devotees. And mission is the goal of ISKCON organization. So which one is important, mission or missionary? Both are important. Both are important. So therefore in this verse, both are included and the picture also includes both. There should be relationships between the devotees based on love, trust and respect. And they should come together, keeping Guru's order in the center, our Acharya Prabhupada's order in the center, and they should do great things for the mission. So let us go into the notes. You can see here. What is that spiritual intimacy we are talking about? Is it big enough for you? Yeah. I can make it bigger. Okay, let's make it bigger. All right? Give more? All right, now? Yeah. See, spiritual intimacy means safe, purposeful, Krishna-centered opening of the heart that leads both devotees closer to Krishna. So we will explain what is safe, what is unsafe in opening the heart. And it should be purposeful, it should be Krishna-centered. So these things will be explained as we proceed further. So it is not just an emotional bonding. When we talk about spiritual intimacy, sometimes people connect emotionally and they think it is spiritual. Simply lamenting about your problem to another, and that fellow laments his problem to you. That is not spiritual relationship. Because both parties are not able to help each other. Both are going into depression. You tell your problem, I tell my problem. That is not spiritual friendship. And also, it has to be a Krishna-centered bonding. It is not just an emotional bonding. It is not just talking. There should be some transformation, transformative discussion. Correct, no? We can give innumerable examples for that. Like Dhritarashtra spoke to Dhritarashtra. What was the transformation? Attached Dhritarashtra became detached Dhritarashtra. Correct, no? You can see that. When Rahugana was spoken to by Jadabharata, proud Rahugana became humble Rahugana. You will see the change of heart. Similarly, cruel Mrigari became compassionate Mrigari. So some kind of transformative discussion should happen. Some heart change should happen in that. Then it's a spiritual intimacy. And it is not a dependency, but mutual upliftment. Then one feels upliftment. Here you see Krishna Arjuna. The beginning, Arjuna was feeling great stress and tension and anxiety. And then he collapsed, he put his bow down, and you see Krishna is trying to uplift him. And then Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, and then Krishna gave him Gita Upadesh. Then Arjuna is boldly now fighting the battle. You can see that. This is a change of heart. As if here is fearful Arjuna, became fearless Arjuna. Confused Arjuna, became Arjuna with full of clarity. Isn't it? Crying Arjuna became confident Arjuna. This is a change of heart, transformative. That is spiritual intimacy. Here are some practical applications. Sharing our realization, not just information. Speaking our struggles with the intention to grow, not to complain. So when we express our struggle, for example, a devotee is facing some challenge in dealing with some senior or management or something like that. When he expresses his struggle, his intention is not to complain, but to grow himself. How do I deal with the situation now? They are telling me to do so much service. I also have to study Shastra. I have to do my sadhana. I don't know how to balance everything. So the devotee should not be in a mood of complaining, but in a mood of how to grow out of this problem. Build relationships around sadhana and seva. That means with relationships in ISKCON, it has to be centered around sadhana and seva, not outside that. Like once two devotees were going up to the terrace and they were talking between 11 to 1 the night. Senior asked their Prabhu, how will you get up in the morning? They said, no, Prabhuji, loving relationships are more important than morning sadhana, they were saying. In morning they are sleeping till 7 o'clock. That is not entertained. It should be centered around sadhana and seva. That type of relationship we want. How many of you want an uplifting friend in spiritual life? Correct? We don't want friends who will, in the name of relationship, they will ruin our spiritual life. We don't want that. Like here you see. Share realizations, not just information. And we can speak the struggles with the intention to grow, not to complain. Yeah. Relationship should be centered around sadhana and service. Yeah. See, sadhana, fire, sankirtan, fire. And then seva is a flower offering, seva. Yeah. Now opening the heart safely. How do you open the heart safely? So I have given some examples. See, Vidura and Maitreya, in the third canto, you will find a very beautiful discussion between Vidura and Maitreya. He's asking deep questions with humility. I have given some examples. What type of questions Vidura asked with humility and without pretense, and how Maitreya responded with affection. You see here, Vidura is asking a question. This is Vidura Maitreya, you say. He's asking a question. Openness must be met with wisdom and compassion. That means the person who is asking question, he should feel trust and the confidence to open the heart. There should be trust in the questioner, and there should also be openness and trust. And the person who is responding, he should have wisdom with compassion. Vidura is asking here a question. See what he is asking. People are working so hard for happiness, but they are not becoming happy. Why this is so? What is the real path to true happiness? He is asking. Because the whole purpose of hard work is happiness, but people are not happy. Why? Maitreya is answering here. Because they are seeking happiness in matter, forgetting Krishna. Real happiness begins when one hears about Krishna as the observation of devotees, because that purifies the heart and awakens devotion. So this is the answer he gave, in essence. So it's a beautiful question and answer, because it is meant for the welfare of all the living entities. So people come to understand. Even myself, when I read the Srimad Bhagavatam, many complicated questions became very easy to understand. Like, if you look towards the sun, there is no shadow. Look away from the sun, you see the shadow. So when you look towards Krishna, you become Dharmashil. Look away from Krishna, you become Adharmashil. And because of Adharmashilata, you become Sudukkitasya. Janasya Krishnat, Vimukasya Daivat, Adharmashilasya, Sudukkitasya. So Bhagavatam tells this thing so in such a very simple, lucid manner. Maitreya gives beautiful answers. So material effort without spiritual connection leads to frustration. Whole world is doing what are they doing? Material effort without spiritual connection. Therefore, result is frustration. And whereas devotee association and hearing about Krishna, that leads to real fulfillment. One has a devotee company. This is what is the answer he gave, Maitreya. As soon as one is ready to connect with the devotee and hear about Krishna, that is the cause of satisfaction of heart, fulfillment. On the other hand, somebody is slogging hard like a donkey, material effort, but without spiritual connection to devotees, then it leads to frustration. So, similar, another question was asked. If the soul is pure and spiritual, how does it become entangled in ignorance and suffering? How many of you think it's a brilliant question? Correct, no? We say soul is Sachidananda Swarupam. How he got trapped in this body made of flesh and bones and a horrible, nasty body. And also he is subject to ignorance, ajnanata and dukkha, vidya and dukkha. Why? Michael is answering. The bondage is due to identification with body and mind caused by Maya Shakti, Lord's Maya Shakti. By devotion service and proper knowledge, this illusion is removed, he's saying. So, when the jiva develops a desire to enjoy, there's another famous verse also. Bhayam dviti yad abhinivesh tasyad ishadape tasya viparyayo asmritihi. Like that he says. When you turn away from the Lord, two things come. Bodily identification, that's one thing, viparya and forgetfulness. As soon as we turn away from the Lord, we identify with the material body and we become forgetful of Krishna. So this is the biggest problem. If I think I am this material body, then I chase after the glitter and glamour of this world. And I become completely, the more I run after Maya, I forget Krishna. So how to get rid of this bodily identification, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesh. 5 levels of coverings comes on the soul. So in this way, the problem is misidentification with the body. The solution is bhakti and right understanding. So in this way, you can find Vidura Maitreya, a very fruitful discussion is happening between them. Therefore, Parikshit said, I want to hear, if Vidura Maitreya, big people are meeting, there must have been some very good, substance, in a spiritual substance must have been exchanged, talking about Krishna something. I want to hear, he said. So, like you see, when two old people come, they talk about homeopathy, allopathy, naturopathy, all pati except Lakshmipati. Correct, isn't it? When two drunkards come, what they talk about? Brand, they talk. Hey, which brand you drink? I drink this brand. They talk about that. When two businessmen come, what they talk about? How to make money and how to escape income tax. They talk about, correct now. Yeah. And when two young fellows come together, who are irresponsible fellows in their lives, they talk about man-woman relationships. Similarly, when two devotees come together, what they will do? Talk about Krishna. That spiritual intimacy is, how can we understand Krishna? How to please Krishna? How to come one step closer to Krishna? Correct? See Arjuna Krishna, you see? Arjuna surrendered, isn't it? Shishyasteham Shadimam Tam. See, Arjuna dropped his false ego, admitted his confusion. Some Muda Cheta, he said, I have become a Muda. I am fooled. Now I am not able to understand. I am confused. This is the example of opening heart. He trusted Krishna and he opened his heart. And Krishna was wise and he was compassionate. Such a powerful combination. Krishna Arjuna. They are thickest of the friends. And Krishna is compassionate. So Krishna guided, he didn't shame. So therefore safe opening happens when the right person, right mood, right intention. Yeah. Okay, now amongst the youths, how do we open the heart and seek guidance? These are the opening. Before you open your heart to anybody, you have to ask these questions. Is this person trustworthy and mature? Why you should be trustworthy? Otherwise, he will break confidence with going and telling everybody about your problem. Hmm? Then, or he may be trustworthy, he hears your problem, but he is not mature enough to give you solution. Possible or not? No. He will say, "Oh, Prabhu, I understand your problem. No. The problem is I also have the same problem." He will tell you. Then you can't get any help. And both are immature. So will this discussion help my bhakti? Because if you discuss, sometimes people talk about job, they talk about career, they talk about prospects, they talk about pay and perks, they talk about different future career growth and everything. But many people think this is friendship. This is not friendship. It should help our bhakti, true friendship. Am I seeking solution or sympathy? That we should be very clear. Because if you are going with a problem to your Vaishnava devotee, like you go to a doctor, you want sympathy or medicine? How many of you want medicine? Are you sure? Yeah. Because doctor, बहुत दुख होता है. And doctor says, don't worry, ठीक हो जाएगा. Will you get cured? No. So why many people want sympathy and not solution? Because they know that the solution will be bitter medicine and they don't want to accept it. They don't want to change. Many people will reveal their problem to you. Like one boy wrote 8-page mail to me. Can you imagine? I patiently read, I highlighted also some portions. And then finally I said, see, your problem of all these bad habits, even up to the point of committing, he's thinking of even suicide and everything. I told him, you throw away the smartphone, get a keypad phone. And then he's replying back saying, that is one thing I cannot do, Prabhuji. So he is ready to reveal the problem, but not accept the solution. Is it helpful? It's like seeking sympathy. Feel pity for me, but I won't apply the solution. Yeah. See? What is the warning given to us? Oversharing. Then vulnerability can be misused by others. You should not share everything confidential about yourself to everybody foolishly in the name of being open. I am so open that I will tell the whole world. There are people who put everything in their, Instagram and everything. It can be misused also in the name of being open. So yes, you have to open your heart, but to the right people who can, help you, uplift you, not to any Tom, Dick and Harry. And undersharing leads to isolation, which means if you sometimes you want to seek help from some superior, but you keep certain information secret. You don't tell that. Because you know that if I tell this, his respect for me will reduce. I can't be in his good books. So then when you tell, like you go to a doctor, you don't tell all the symptoms. You tell only partial symptoms. Will the medicine work? You know that if I tell everything, then he's going to give a very bitter medicine. So you should not undershare also. And balance is intelligence plus sincerity, you see. Now, what is healthy intimacy? Like Pandavas and Krishna, you see. For all the Pandavas, including Yudhishthira Maharaj, Krishna was the center. And they were thoroughly honest and fully surrendered to Krishna and Bhishma also. So they had somebody like spiritually and top personality, Krishna, who is the father of all religious principles. And Bhishma Pitama had a soft corner for the Pandavas, and Bhishma taught everything to Yudhishthira. So they were fully surrendered. Yeah. And all the Pandavas were mutually protecting each other. And although there were some differences sometimes, but because Krishna was there, they could immediately polish it, nullify it immediately. See, Kunti openly expressed dependence in her prayers, we can see. What she says, Neyam sho vishyate tatra yatedanim gadadara swapadairankita bhati swalakshana vilakshitaihi. And then she's saying, Kevayam nama rupabhyam yadubihi sakapandava bhavato vadarshanam yarhi rishikanam iveshitu. She's telling, now that you are leaving Hastinapur and going to Dwaraka, our land will not be imprinted with your lotus footprints, Krishna. Your lotus footprints are always glowing in our land of Hastinapur and increasing our auspiciousness. Now that you are going to Dwaraka, it will be no more so, like that she's telling. And then she's saying, Krishna said, maybe I can send Yadus like Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and you have the Pandavas also. For that she's telling, Kevayam na marupabhyam yadubihi saha Pandava. Yadus and Pandavas, they are like lifeless bodies without your presence. She's telling. Kevayam, their name and their reputation, everything is all because of their connection with you. If you are not there, they are rendered practically, powerless. Same thing, or Arjuna is also saying. Uh, one of the verses in the first canto, 15th chapter, he says, Ukto hi rahito hi esha proktaha mritakaha prochite yata. He says, Yes saktana viyogena lokohya priyadarshanaha ukto hi rahito hi esha mritakaha prochite yata. He's saying that the whole universe, because of divide of Krishna, now Krishna has gone back to his abode, the whole world has become like a lifeless body. Same thing what mother said, son is also saying. You can see Kunti and Arjuna. So for them, Krishna was their life, pran for them. So that's a very healthy relationship between Pandavas and Krishna. Actually, we all need this type of uh, deep trust, like a childlike faith in a superior, and the superior should be trustworthy also. The superior cannot, you cannot trust. Imagine if a mother or father are picking up a child and throwing up in the air and catching, what does the child do? Child laughs. You may imagine, father is leaving up in the air. How can the child laugh? Because the child has a tremendous trust. Child knows, although I am flying above, with no one to catch, my father will definitely catch. The same child, if a watchman catches and does this, will he enjoy? Oh, he will cry. Because unknown personality, there is no trust. Correct, no? So we need someone whom we can trust. See, here is an unhealthy example, you see. Karna and Duryodhana. See this fellow, Duryodhana, trying to make, look at his eyes. He is cunningly trying to make Karna into a king of Angadesh so that he can put him in his pocket. So it's a motivated relationship. So loyalty without dharma, emotional bonding, which led to wrong direction for Karna and Duryodhana. Both of them got destroyed. So Karna was grateful, but he compromised righteousness. By siding with Duryodhana, he became corrupt in his character, his speech and behavior, everything, because of bad association. So he opened his heart to a wrong person. Who? Karna. Actually, opening heart is good, but if you, like Kaikeyi opened her heart to Manthara, was it good? It's dangerous. One has to be very careful whom we open our heart to. See, here is a contrast between healthy intimacy and unhealthy intimacy, you see. Healthy intimacy means it's Krishna-centered. Unhealthy means ego-centered, you see. This is truthful, that is blind. This is elevate, that degrades. This is honest correction, see. You can see that. So not all closeness is spiritual. Some of the closeness can take us away from Krishna also, in the name of intimacy. Yeah. Actually, nowadays people are so crazy. There are people attracted to same sex also nowadays. Male, female also they're attracted. In the name of being friends, they do all nonsense they do. Such a world has become such a crazy world. Even before Kali Yuga ends, it's already dangerous. It's still 4,27,000 years to go. We don't know what all are awaiting. Yeah. So, therefore, in the name of intimacy, one should not go away from Krishna. So, we should choose the association that increases chanting, strengthens vows, but which avoids gossip, bonding, and complaint groups. You see, this is very important. The friends are not here to gossip about some management or about some devotee or complaining. So there are many scriptural sections on why am I showing this one? Because it's very important for us to get real examples on how devotees came together as intimate friends spiritually. Then we can apply it in our life. See here, in Bhagavatam, the Satam Prasangam was the famous one. See, the principle between Guru and disciple. Here is Guru is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami in the Shashmeda Ghat. They are sitting. Mahaprabhu is speaking to Rupa Goswami. 10 days, Mahaprabhu gave only one lecture to only one person. Can you imagine? Just for 10 full days. So much affection Mahaprabhu had for Rupa Goswami and invested all his knowledge in him. So Rupa Goswami asked many questions and Mahaprabhu revealed his mind. So this Mukhyamakya Prachadi. Same manner, Mahaprabhu gave 3 months talk to only Sanatana Goswami. That was in Prayag, isn't it? So you'll find the Mahaprabhu's teachings to Rupa and Sanatan. Later on, they wrote all the books and everything. So this Guhyamakyati Prachati is actually the foundation of trust-based relationship. You all know the famous verse, Dadati, Guhyamakyati, Bhungte. So this is Shadvidam, Prita Lakshanam. Out of the six, giving gift, accepting gift, offering prasad, accepting prasad. And the soul of these four items is Guhyamakyati Prachati, where we honestly reveal our heart and take help. Vidura Maitreya, just now I told you. See, Kapila Devahuti. Devahuti is telling Kapila, Nirvinna Nitaram Bhuman Asat Indriyatarshana Yena Sambhavyamanena Prapannandham Tamah Prabhu. See how much she should be confident to open her heart like this to her son. Her own son is Guru for her. And he is a young boy and she is a mother. Although she is elder in age, she is exactly accepting the mood of a disciple. What she is telling, my dear son, in this world we all have brought our mind and senses, which bewilder us and which plunges in samsara. And we are always ignorant. Prapanna andham tamah prabho. This world is tamah and we are also andha. We are also blind and the world is also dark. And we are all submerging ourselves in samsara and suffering. How to get out of this, horrible material existence? So she's asking. And Lord Kapila also compassionately delivered so much beautiful knowledge in the third canto you read. Similarly, Prahlad and Narada also. Prahlad could form spiritual impressions by hearing from Narada, isn't it? Similarly, Prachetas. They are 10 sons of Prachina Barhi. When they went to the forest, on the way they met Shiva coming out of a lake. They offered obeisances. So Shiva told them, for me, meeting devotees is the greatest joy in my life. Although so many of my demigod worshippers come to me, they worship me as a demigod for material benefits. I just give them the benefit and tell them, get lost, take it and go. I'm not very happy. But when I meet devotees who are pure-hearted, who don't want anything, they simply want to love God and serve. So I feel very delighted to be in your association. That's Shiva glorified Prachetas. And he became their guru also. Taught them Rudra Gitam. He shared the spiritual practice, told them this mantra, if you chant in glorification of Vishnu, you will definitely get darshan of Vishnu. So then Prachetas, 10,000 years underwater, they practiced Rudra Gitam singing. And then Ashtabhuja Vishnu appeared for them with 8 arms and then blessed the Prachetas. So that conversation between Shiva and Prachetas is a beautiful conversation. Prachetas are calling him as Charachara Guru. They are saying that, they are later on telling Vishnu also, we were so fortunate, we came in forest in search of a Guru, but on his own Shiva appeared and accepted us as his disciple, and he taught us this, because of which we got your darshan now. They are saying. So similarly, Krishna and Uddhava. One day Krishna called Uddhava and said, Uddhava, I am going to return to my abode very soon, but I have a very important task to be assigned to you. So, of course, this he said after Uddhava returned from. Actually, Uddhava, Krishna wanted to send him to Vrindavan. And then he wanted to give a message to the gopis. Just one chit he gave, one small chit, only one line chit. But Uddhava gave 3 months lecture on that. Basically, Krishna had written, dear gopis, because I am in the heart of everybody, no one can be separated from me, even for a moment. That's all he gave. That Uddhava explained very elaborately. He was a learned scholar, devotee, disciple of Brihaspati. Very, very dear, intimate associate of Krishna. Krishna told Uddhava once, even you are more dear to me than Brahma, Shiva, even my Ardhangini Lakshmi also. You are more dear to me. And then he said, you are dear to me more than myself also, he said. For everybody, the person you see in the mirror is most dear. Who is that? He said, you are more dear to me than myself also, he said. So, Uddhava is a cousin of Krishna and a pure devotee of Krishna. So, Krishna sent, see how intelligently Lord functions. He sent Uddhava to Vrindavan for him to learn Vraja Bhakti. Because Uddhava was a deeply learned scholar. But now Krishna wanted to give icing on the cake for the jnana that he got. Uh, not ordinary bhakti, but raga bhakti, you learn. Huh? So Uddhava learned. At the end, after 3 months, when Uddhava was about to come back, he said one extraordinary verse. Asamaho charanarena jushamaham syam vrindavane kimapi gulmalatau shadinam yadustyajam aryapatam chahitva veju mukunda padavim shrutibir vimirgyam. He's telling the gopis, my dear gopis, I wish to become a creeper, like a lata. First he said, I want to become a tree in Vrindavan. Then he said, I want to become a creeper in Vrindavan. Finally he said, I want to become a grass in Vrindavan. Why? Because if you become a grass, these gopis will carry some buttermilk pots. When they are walking, they will put their feet on me. And I'll get the dust on my head. So he said that the kind of prema that you have is so pure, so spontaneous, with not tinged by jnana. So he actually aspired for the dust of the pure devotees on his head. So when he came back, Uddhava very tearfully narrated how the Vrajavasis are to Krishna. Krishna was very pleased. Then Krishna told him, there are a group of sages in the Badrika ashram. They have invited me. Whoever invited me in any part of the world, I have been there. Somebody invited in Mithila, Krishna went to people. But these people, sages invited me, but I could not go there. But now I am going to return to my abode. So on my behalf, Uddhava, you go, he said. And then he said, these sages know everything in the Vedas. The only thing they do not know is Braja Bhakti. So you go and deliver it. Like that Krishna tells. So when Krishna was sending Uddhava to Vrindavan, he took Uddhava's hand in his hand, and then he said, I cannot think of anybody other than you to be sent to Vrindavan. You are the right person who can understand my heart. So he says, so similarly Pandavas and Krishna, I showed you, they had informed Saratya Parashada Sevana Sakya Dautya Virasananugamanastavana Pranaman Snigdeshu Pandushu Jagat Pranatim Cha Vishnor Bhaktim Karoti Tripatis Charanara. This is a verse which comes when Parikshit was moving around in his chariot. Some people came gathered around him, all the citizens. They all glorified his grandfathers, Pandavas. They said, Parikshit, king, we are so happy to see you. You are such a great descendant of the pure devotees of Krishna. Lord loved your grandfather so much that he became the Sarathi of your grandfather Arjuna. And he became Virasana, means taking a sword in hand, going round and round and offering protection. He became a Shanti Dut for the Pandavas also. So the more they glorified his forefathers, Parikshit's hair stood on end and tears were welling up in his eyes. And Parikshit felt great ecstasy, transcendental ecstasy. This is also, a spiritual intimacy, because they are narrating some of the intimate activities of Lord Krishna with Pandavas. That is producing ecstasy for Parikshit Maharaj. So Gopis and Krishna, they sang this Gopi Gita. That is that actually here that is a complete emotional openness and selfless love. Absolutely no barriers, no calculation, pure offering. So in this way, these are all Bhagavatam. Similarly, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is Ramananda Rai and Mahaprabhu conversation, exploring deeper realizations without fear. So they discussed different levels, beginning with Varnashrama and then further and further. Then Rupa Goswami instruction I told you. Mahaprabhu entrusted him with a great mission and inner understanding, correct, no? Because Rupa Goswami understood the heart of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, correct? Similarly, Sanatana Goswami instructions also Mahaprabhu gave. So, see, Sanatana Goswami also opened up without any fear. Keyami kene amai yare tapatrai iha nahi jani shudra kena noi. He says, similarly, he says, Ramya Vavahare Pandita. All the Gramya people called me as Pandit. And I also accepted it. Apanara hita hita kichunai jani. He said, I don't know what is good for me, what is bad for me. I don't know anything. But I'm such a fool that I accepted I am a great Pandit, he's saying. Nicha jati, nicha sangi, patita adhama. He's saying, I am born in a low class family and my associations are all abominable. Uh, and I have no qualification to come in even front of you. So this kind of open-hearted, humble, honest expression is not very easy. Coming from the bottom of the heart. Mahaprabhu was touched by Sanatan's humility. Even our Chitraketu, when he met Angira Muni in Narada, he said some similar words. He said, Tasmat yuvam gramya pashor mama mudha diya prabho andhe tamasi magnasya jnana deepa udiryatam. He's saying, my dear two great sages, you have come like sun and moon, you are lighting up my palace. He says that, I am like a Gramya Pashu, he's saying. Can you imagine? For any of us to call ourselves a Gramya, not even city Pashu. Gramya Pashu. Isn't it? I am like a village dog, he's saying. And then Prabhupada says this Gramya Shabda is also used to say materialistic. I am a materialistic dog, he's saying. Andhe, I am blind, he's saying. Tamasi, the material world is completely dark. Magnasya, I have become deeply entrenched in it. Jnana Deepa Udiryatam. Please uplift me. See, this is speciality in the path of Bhakti Yoga. One time, there was a cow which was grazing in the forest, and one tiger silently came and came closer, and then he started chasing. Now the cow ran as fast as she could, but then the tiger came very near. Then, as the cow tried to cross over a place which was very muddy place, she got stuck in the mud. It was a thick mud. She couldn't proceed any further. It was like water and mud mixed together, but mud was so thick that she just couldn't move the body. She got stuck. And the tiger also got stuck little away, say from here and that pillar, that much distance. He also got stuck. She also got stuck. Both of them. Both were trying to move. They couldn't move. Not even budge 1 inch. So, and the tiger was roaring. He was roaring like this. But the cow was just waiting patiently. And the tiger was thinking, how can I proceed and catch it? But he couldn't catch it. And the tiger was looking at the cow and said, hey, you are stuck. Are you not afraid? It seems that you are stuck, I am stuck, we both are going to die. We are not able to come out of it. And the cow said, oh, I have nothing to fear because I have a master, he said. Because now when the sun is about to set, my master will come searching for me. I just have to make a sound. I make a sound. And immediately master will come and take me out. And you have a problem because you don't have a master. So evening, she did that, and master came and he put rope around the body of the cow and dragged her out of the mud, took her away. So the point is, when here you find Sanatana Goswami has a master, Lord Chaitanya, to whom he is able to reveal his problem and is getting help. Correct, na? Yeah. His Shiva Sangan, that is a place of most intimate, pure devotees. Daily, day and night, they used to have kirtans, dancing. Only pure devotees are allowed inside. Safe spiritual environment, free from judgment. It's all only faithful devotees performing private kirtans. So in any community, there should be a group of mature devotees who are senior devotees, serious devotees, who are concerned about the development of the community. And it's very vital that they should come together, read Srimad Bhagavatam, do kirtan, dance, take prasad together in a smaller circle, like at the most 20-25 people. It's very, very important. Because later on, these people, when they go out, each of them can do so much good work. So, see Jagai Madai. So, Madai opened his heart to Lord Nityananda Prabhu later. He came to Nityananda Prabhu and said, what a cruel man I am. Nitai, I don't know how did I beat you with that pot. Nityananda Prabhu said, forget it, don't worry. But Madai couldn't forget it. He said, there is no terrible offender like me. Repeatedly came and fell at his feet and begged, give me some service for you so that I can get rid of this offense. I'm feeling too guilty. So Nityananda Prabhu said, okay, you can build a ghat for all the yatriks. because people need to put their clothes and everything and then take bath in the Ganga. You'll do a very great service by that. He was very happy. So he started bringing stones, building the ghat. And many people saw Madai there and said, "Hey, here goes Madai." How cruel he was to us. So they would take a stone and throw at him. He would pick up the same stone and go and give it to them and say, "Please beat me again." People are shocked. My Lord, how he has become such a saintly person now. And Madai became very popular because of his saintliness after that. He became Madhavananda after that. So Jagadananda and Ananda, both of them became acharyas. When we went to Bengal, we went to their matha also. They said, "This Jagadananda Madhavananda." They said, "Hey, really? Who is this acharya? They are Jagai Madhav only." They became two great acharyas. So in this way, Jagai and Madhai, they opened their heart to Lord Nityananda. Honest opening, honest sharing. Mahabharata also, you find many examples. In the Udyoga Parva, Krishna Arjuna friendship. Friendship beyond formal reverence. Informal exchanges, joking, trust. Similarly, Vidura Niti, caring enough to correct. Actually, Vidura cared for Dhritarashtra so much that he could strongly correct him. That much he cared for him. So, see, Draupadi surrender, complete dependence on Krishna. And Karna, Duryodhana, I told you, intimacy without dharma. Correct? No? Similarly, Ramayana, Ram, Lakshman. See, silent, consistent support without expectation. Who is that? Lakshman. Just see. And Ram and Hanuman. See, faith expressed through service. That is Hanuman. You can see that. That's intimacy. Intimacy doesn't necessarily have to have loud talks. Silently, he expressed his faith through service. Similarly, here also Lakshman is silent, but consistent support without expectation. See, Bharat and Ram, love without competition or selfish desire. Correct, no? Pure love. Shabari, simplicity and offering heart with devotion. Similarly, Sugriva, cooperation in service. So, see, now I am showing for the students here. From here, it's very important. If anybody is little drowsy, you have to be alert now. Because it is going to be directly applicable to you now. It's going to come. See, association is not physical closeness. It is shared purpose in Krishna consciousness. See, there is one verse of Chanakya where he says, Nikatastopi duram, durastopi nikatam. There is one verse he says. In train or bus, you see somebody is touching your body and sitting next to you, but you don't know who they are and they don't know who you are. You don't know the name also. And you don't talk to each other. They are in their smartphone, you are in your smartphone. Correct or not? It happens in a. So that's called Nikatastopi duram. They are next to you, but there is distance between you. On the other hand, somebody may be very far away, other side of the globe. And then they may write a letter, you may reply back. There may be very thick relationship also. Possible or not? That's what he's saying. It's a shared purpose in Krishna consciousness. See here, many devotees, they stay together, serve together, even attend programs together, but emotionally they are distant and they're superficial and formal, which means there is no proper relationship. Although in students' accommodations, they call it as a cot basis, they call it. In one hall, they put some 8 or 10 cots, and next to the cot, there is a locker. You keep your things in the locker and lock it. You sleep in the cot. So when you come to your house, you only know your cot and your locker. And most of the boys don't know each other's names also. They just, it's like, there are people who live like that. Suppose our life is not like that. You are all devotees staying in a center together. You know each other. You are serving together. You are attending programs together. But there is a possibility that our connection may be very superficial. We will tell you how. See, why? Because interaction stays at information level, service or schedule, but not at transformation level. See here, these fellows are sitting. All are looking somewhere. So there is no discussion about the transformations, correct? No? See this one. Here they are opening heart, correct? No? You see the difference? You can see the difference between this. There is no connection. Here there is some connection. So Two devotees are meeting daily. One says, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Other devotee says, Hare Krishna. That's all. Hari Bol. That's all. Nothing more than that. Huh? But there is another devotee who shares realizations after japa. Correct, no? He shares, Prabhu, how my japa was, how is your japa? What is one point you learned today from Prabhupada books? Now, I want to share one very interesting point, Prabhu, one interesting example. Today it was a striking example I heard. Like I heard one example that, you wear a ring, and at the top of the ring, if you place a Neelamani, then the ring looks very beautiful. Similarly, Prabhupada says the gold ring is like Jiva, and the Neelamani is like Krishna. When the Jiva carries Krishna in the heart, he becomes beautiful. How many of you like this example? So you can share it with somebody. It's there in Prabhupada's purport only, in Bhagavad Gita. One place Prabhupada says this. So you read some interesting thing, you can share with somebody. Correct, no? Prabhupada is saying, a pure devotee of the Lord is like a well-oiled machine which smoothly functions. Opposite of that is a machine which doesn't smoothly function. For example, in one mill, I had gone, and that mill, the belt was going. I told the mill person, this is an atta piecing machine, The atta already is powdered already. Now switch it off till the next customer comes. He said, no. Once you switch off, it won't start. Similarly, there are some devotees who work. If you tell them, Prabhuji, thoda, do some sadhana, do some reading, then we can work. Then when they go, they'll never come back. Either they say, stop all the work or work too hard. You've seen that? Like that. Huh? And there are others like, you put on the tube light is on. You take off your hand, light is off. That means you need follow-up. Only then they will do. Constantly you have to follow. Correct, no? So Prabhupada is talking about different type of neophyte devotees, and the pure devotee is not like that. Pure devotee is like a well-oiled machine and properly functioning machine. So now I read that about the good machine, but I also told you now about the bad machine and the bad functioning, because that is called realization. Because we have realized that such machines are existing, correct, no? And such people also exist, correct, no? So when you read here, you get something interesting, you can share with devotees. Then the spiritual intimacy increases by that. See here, after 1 year, the first devotee who was just saying Hare Krishna, that's all, he remains the same. Whereas the second person who is sharing, he experiences transformation. That means those devotees who think about what they read in Prabhupada books or what they heard in lectures, like here you are all hearing daily so many lectures. Ask yourself, after the lecture is over, how many of you spoke about the lecture with some boy? Ask yourself. Huh? If you are not speaking, you are only talking about what will be the menu in the afternoon. Huh? That means no arising of realizations. Huh? Actual Bhagavatam class starts after the Bhagavatam class ends. The real class starts when? After you hear the class and you go out of the hall, some point is ringing in your mind. My Lord, it was really a hard-hitting point. That story or that example that I heard or that concept was amazing. And anybody who is affected by it cannot keep quiet. He has to go and tell somebody. Just like the Archimedes, he was taking the bathroom. So he sat in a bucket and the water level went up. He jumped out of the bathroom. Eureka! He shouted, correct, no? Because he couldn't control himself, because he found out one scientific law called the law of displacement. Correct, no? Of displacement of water. He found that law. Similarly, if you heard something interesting, it is difficult for you to control yourself. Yeah, you're going to be excited about what you heard or what you read. Then you want to share it with others. It's like a glass when you pour milk. When it gets full, it's going to overflow. So those devotees who have a habit of sharing with others, they grow in spiritual life internally, that they develop deep roots in spiritual life very easily. And those who don't talk much about spiritual knowledge, for the sake of ritual, Prabhuji, my attendance is 80%, or I am reading group, I am regularly coming. Okay, reading group, you are coming. Last 1 week, what have you read? And they tell the name of the book, but what is something that's going on in your mind? They are unable to say one thing. that means our reading is not very effective. It's very superficial. You're doing, I'm supposed to join the reading group. I'm supposed to join the morning program. That means you are very dead in consciousness. Very dead. It's not, consciousness means we should be alive. So, as much as you have enthu for food, or you have enthu for rest, at least that much enthu we should have for Krishna conscious knowledge. At least that much. Answer the questions. One of you read it, take the mic. Read the question and also the 4 options also. The mic issue. Give the mic here to one devotee who can see it. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. What defines a real association? There are 4 options: shared spiritual purpose, frequent interaction, physical proximity, or institutional connection.
Which one? Shared spiritual purpose. Second one.
Why does association remain superficial? Lack of time, lack of knowledge, lack of opportunity, or lack of meaningful exchange?
And time may be there, knowledge may be there, but there is no meaningful exchange. Many boys, brahmacharis also don't know. When we meet with some devotee, what should we talk? Sometimes they ask, आपके यहाँ climate कैसा है? हमारा climate ठंडा है, आपका गर्म है क्या उधर? इधर बारिश हुआ, आपको बारिश हुआ क्या? Correct, na? People ask about this. That means they don't have much to share. They're talking something very superficial. Correct, na? Even if you meet a devotee for 5 minutes, you can tell something about the holy name. Or you can ask the devotee, please tell me one shloka that you recently heard. Can you share with me? What is the shloka that affected you very deeply in the last 1 week? And there is some good exchange, you say. Then next question.
Which interaction transforms most? Social talk, heart-to-heart spiritual discussion, service coordination, or formal greetings?
Yeah, like Ramandra Mahaprabhu. So then vulnerability with discrimination. See here, spiritual intimacy begins when we stop trying to protect our image and give up the fear. What will the other devotee think about me? He shouldn't think I am less advanced in my Krishna consciousness. If you have that fear, can you open? No. If you want to maintain your image as a very wonderful devotee, then you will be hiding your problems, but the problem will become big inside for a period of time. It's very dangerous. The early stage itself, it's better for us to get the problem solved. Otherwise, like we say, no, Chanakya says, fire, death, disease should be nipped in the bud. He says, fire, death, and disease. Death, if you don't pay back, what happens? It grows with interest, correct? It becomes very big. Fire also, it becomes a terrible fire accident. And disease also. No? Similarly, we have to reveal the heart and take help. But spiritual intimacy, at the same time, it's not that in the name of revealing, go and tell anybody. There should be some proper discretion. You see? Like here you see, here some senior devotee has come here. This boy is asking a question and he's getting good response, correct, no? He's getting some help. The other boy, you see what he's doing. He's want to maintain his image. He's hiding the struggle. And he's fearing judgment. If I tell this, maybe news will spread around to other people. I don't want to reveal. So, but growth begins when one opens up to the right person. Because this boy is young, he's an elderly person, he is mature. He's opening up and taking help, correct, no? So no sharing means isolation. And oversharing means vulnerability misuse. So both should be avoided. If you keep your mouth shut, there are many, like boys and girls, when they are in teenage, the mother is asking the daughter or the son, give your mobile, what's happening, and everything. They will not pick one word. They have nothing to share. But when they meet their friend, ha ha, he, hoo, they will talk. You see that? They'll talk 2 hours, they will talk. So, see, generally, everybody is comfortable with somebody, correct, no? But that somebody should be capable of uplifting you. That's very important. Otherwise, it is useless. You very confidently open up to a fellow who is even less mature than you, he will pull you down into gutter. So you need to be able to open up to somebody who can uplift you. So when you don't share, you feel isolated. When you overshare, you feel vulnerable misuse. So open the heart, but with proper intelligence. Here you see, here this boy is sharing with another. They both are discussing something. So when you discuss with people, you come to understand things better. Hmm? Open the heart. Once our Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, he would always say that, you see, it's not that you need a Vyasasan to talk about Krishna. Every one of you, can we give each of you one Vyasasan to sit and speak about Krishna? Even in Prasadam hall, you can sit and speak about Krishna. Is it correct or wrong? You're doubtful? You can speak about Krishna where? Anywhere. There is no rule, regulation for that. Huh? Anywhere. See, you are standing in a queue in the railway line, huh? Waiting. Or you're waiting for a bus. You meet somebody. Can you tell them about Krishna? Yes, you can. You can even keep a book with you. You can give them also a book. So you don't need a Vyasasan to speak about Krishna. That's the whole point. Huh? Open heart, but with proper intelligence. Huh? See, the brahmachari is hiding the struggles, but becomes isolated. But another shares with the trusted senior, then he gets guidance and becomes steady. You see, read the MCQ. Mike?
Hare Krishna. What blocks vulnerability most? Lack of time, ego and fear of judgment, lack of association, or lack of knowledge?
Ego and fear of judgment. Then,
Proper openness means sharing everything with everyone, not sharing anything, only formal communication, selective conscious sharing.
correct, no? Yeah. Huh?
Why is oversharing dangerous? It can lead to misunderstanding and misuse. It reduces respect, wastes time, or creates a dependency.
Misunderstanding and misuse possible, correct, no? See, another thing, from competition to genuine care. Intimacy grows when the devotee shift from comparison to compassion. See, when you're all staying in the same voice center, if you're going to make comparison with equal, you both will cancel each other's energies. You will not be able to help each other. But once my spiritual master said, uh, when you are living with devotees, we should all look at each other with a compassionate eye. We should feel compassion when you look at the other devotees, feel sympathy for them. Then the relationship will come out very powerful. But if you're going to make comparison, like Indra's insecurity versus Prithu's saintly uh, platform, you see. So competition blocked connection, you see. Connection between two people is blocked as soon as we compete. Like here you see, how we compete here? You look at this. Who chants better? See, he's saying, today I chanted better than you. He's saying, I chanted better, I never dozed or whatever. He's saying, who is more advanced? Who is more recognized? Like that they both are competing. Whereas these two are friends, you see. Huh? See, sharing something is, they both are friendly. Correct, no? Yeah. This creates distance. And when we make unhealthy comparison like this, you can even in spiritual life, we can compare chanting, isn't it? And then distance, insecurity, artificial relationship means what? Superficially you behave like a nice person, but inside the heart you are not comfortable. You know, externally you behave nicely, but internally unhappy. Spiritual intimacy requires rejoicing in others' growth, supporting and not comparing. Okay, if you are not feeling comfortable seeing your friend's progress, what should we do? Say, you both came at the same time, but your friend is growing very fast, becoming popular and recognized by others. People applaud, they clap hands, they glorify. And you feel that, oh, I am not so good. You feel like that. One should know that Krishna empowers different devotees differently. Like yesterday, Revatud was telling, everybody is unique. Everybody cannot do everything. Correct, no? So they may appreciate you for something else. They may appreciate him for something else. So we should know that if I am not feeling appreciation for other devotees and I'm feeling jealousy, that's a kind of disease of the heart. Then we need to cure that. So two devotees compare, then they drift apart. Two devotees appreciate and support, they grow together deeply. Where comparison enters, connection exits. See? Correct, na? I read that? MCQ. Take the mic.
Hare Krishna. What destroys intimacy most subtly? Options: comparison mentality, lack of time, distance, lack of knowledge.
Comparison mentality, yeah. And then
Genuine care means helping externally, appreciating others' growth, avoiding others, competing healthily.
appreciating others' growth, yeah.
Competition leads to emotional distance, discipline, growth, and strength.
Emotional distance. Huh? So they may be physically in the same center, but emotionally they are disconnected. They may say Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hari Bol, and one Sakal Patarubhyas, everything they will do. Huh? But they have not come closer. Honest correction with humility. So even if you have to correct somebody, it should be done in a very honest manner, along with humility also. Huh? Like spiritual relationships grow when correction is offered and received without ego. Ego is a very dangerous thing. When false ego comes, it spoils everything. See, Narada guiding Vyasa was done very maturely. Huh? See, Narada praised Vyasa very much. Huh? And then he corrected him also. See, if you avoid correction, leads to stagnation. If you harshly correct, it leads to hurt. See, this fellow is saying something. So this fellow is saying, how do you know that I am wrong or something like that? Huh? So you should not harshly correct. Healthy culture is correction is service, but not superiority. Because a correcting person feels that I am smart and he is not smart. That mood is not correct. Huh? That is driven by false ego. Similarly, receiving correction is growth, not insult. If a person receiving correction, he thinks, hey, he is insulting me. Can he receive correction? No. You should think that, oh, he wants to bring the best out of me. Like, somebody is chiseling out unwanted portion, bringing a murti out of a marble block. Huh? He's bringing something good out of me. He's telling me to modify it. I will do that. It's for my good, he's telling. You think like that? So, receiving person should think it's for my growth he's giving. And correcting person should think I'm doing it for service sake. Not that I am superior or whatever. See? Example, one devotee avoids correcting, then friend declines. Other devotee corrects gently, then both of them grow. So here you see this devotee is very gently correcting. Yeah. Instead of saying you are wrong, you can say, Prabhu, maybe we can improve this for Krishna. Krishna will be more pleased if you improve this. Yeah. One can do it in a better manner, correct? No? Okay, tell the MCQs. Is it done? Right?
Why is correction essential? Options: maintains discipline, builds authority, prevent mistakes, enables growth.
Which one?
Enable-
Enables growth, yeah. Second one?
Wrong correction leads to hurt and distance, respect, growth, discipline.
Not and distance, yeah. And proper?
Proper response to correction is defensiveness, justification, silence, reflection, and gratitude.
That is the right mode. That means correction is given to grow me out of this problem, help me grow, and I can reflect on it and improve myself. And so we should know the receiving devotee should feel gratitude. And the correction giving devotee should do it as a seva, not superiority complex or ego or something. The last point here, consistency builds trust and depth. Spiritual intimacy is not accidental. It is built through consistent association over a period of time. It doesn't come overnight. Like you see here, many devotees want deep relationships, but do not invest time. Do not maintain consistency. So, like for example, these two boys are chanting together. These two boys are reading together, you see. So when we chant or read together like this, regularly, in a consistent manner, then only the loving bond develops, just like Sudama and Krishna. They lived in the same ashram, but they went to forest to do seva together. Correct, no? Intimacy requires repeated interaction, stability, and shared. So why is the word stability is used? You both are building a nice bond. Suddenly you offer some correction to him and he becomes immediately closed. Like a touch me not plant you have seen that. You touch it, immediately becomes small. Then anytime you go to him, like that he will speak. He will not be able to. Any of you observed this? You give a correction, then the relationship becomes very emotional distance they keep. So therefore, there has to be a stable, ongoing connection, repeated interaction. And they both should have a shared spiritual practices like, dancing together, singing together, taking prasad together, chanting together, reading Gita Bhagavatam together, going out on book distribution together, and sharing. Like, when your friend is, you observe that your friend has some good side and he has certain shortcomings. Similarly, we should know we also have a good side and we have shortcomings. So we should look at which side. The shortcomings are the brighter side. That's like you go to the garden, you find its garden is full of fragrant roses, but the roses are coming in the middle of thorny bushes. What are you going to see? Yeah, roses. If you're going to see the bush, thorny bush, you will hurt yourself. But you have to see the roses. Then you pluck only the rose and come. Then you can make a garland and offer to Krishna. Right now? So if you are able to see the sunny side of people and connect with them in a friendly mood, then the true relationships will dawn from that. So actually, we all don't have too many friends also. We have only few friends. Maybe 4 or 5 friends you can have, even if you're living in a center with 30, 40 people also. But often what we do, even with those 4 friends, we hurt the relationships by saying something, and then there is an emotional distance between you and your friend. And the friend talks very officially, formally, superficially. Both are not satisfied because both are like, like boxers. Don't come too close. If you come, you know. So then they cannot be free in their friendship. So you see, 2 devotees chant together daily, gradually open up, deep trust forms. Irregular association leads to shallow connection, and regular connection leads to deep trust. We have seen. See, you do Zoom japa in the morning and reading Prabhupada's books in the evening, even 15, 20 minutes also, with a group of 10 boys, 12 boys, correct, no? You will see that there is a strong bond forms between the group of devotees. You all know each other's names. And then you also know, whenever we read a paragraph, how nicely this boy explains. He has a deep understanding, and he is very sincere, very committed, very humble, very tolerant. Everybody knows each other very well. Then the relationship forms very deeply. Then they become very nice circle of people. There are people across the globe connecting very powerfully through online media, because the connection is not limited by geography. So trust grows slowly, but breaks quickly. You understand? Correct now. So if you want the opposite, you want the trust to form quickly, and he doesn't want to, even if you punch on the nose and somebody you say, the project punch on the nose, don't worry. And you expect that it should go on, correct or not? So don't expect that. Trust breaks quickly, but trust grows slowly. That means, one has to be very careful. Like making pot is difficult or breaking is difficult? Breaking, even child can break. A child can take a pot and pot, it will break immediately. But making a pot requires whom? Kumar, potter. Can a child make a pot? No. So it takes a very noble devotee to form genuine relationships. You need to be a person of character. You need to be a person of devotion. You need to be you should have respect, tolerance, patience, humility, such qualities. You can remember the acronym HEART. Humility, uh, empathy, and appreciation, and respect, and tolerance. Correct? So if you have these qualities, humility, empathy, appreciation, respect, and tolerance. So then these qualities are very conducive for forming of genuine relationships. Okay, MCQ?
Fiction. What builds deep trust? A. Occasional meetings. B. Consistent association. C. Emotional talks. D. Shared service.
Yeah. Consistent association. And then?
Why do relationships remain shallow? Lack of opportunity, lack of consistency, lack of knowledge, lack of space.
Correct. And then
In-
intimacy?
Intimacy requires time, stability, repetition, all of above.
All of the above, yeah. So spiritual intimacy develops when devotees move from proximity means nearness. Simply living near is not enough. We should have a purpose. Purpose is spiritual advancement. And people should go beyond image consciousness. And they should go towards honesty. I am ready to put aside my self-image and then open my heart and take help. Huh? That's the idea. Similarly, give up comparison, instead you care for others and be empathic. And give up false ego and practice humility. Hmm? Give up irregularity, but keep consistently. I have seen that sometimes we are doing a kind of online class for somebody, and then you became inconsistent. 2, 3 weeks you didn't do. Then the touch gets lost. After that, that guy is finished. You don't get again to connect is very difficult. You all have experience of that. So therefore, the consistency, daily or that kind of consistency is required. So association is not just proximity; it's a shared purpose in Krishna consciousness. So if you want to build a ashram culture in our place, wherever, whether it is voice center or temple or wherever, Shiva Sangha is the ideal model. Close kirtans, only sincere devotees allowed, no disturbance. Correct. Na? Sacred spaces require protected association. Correct, no? Sacred spaces require protected association because nobody should come and spoil it. Just like one Kaliya came and created big havoc in Vrindavan. So we don't want any such disturbance. Then the association can come together. See, prachetas, practice together unity, cooperation, shared austerity. Doing sadhana together builds deep bonds between them. See, what culture you want to create? Shared sadhana, uh, safe sharing with one another. Uh, Individually, they do sadhana very nicely, but then instead of doing alone, they do with one more devotee. Safe sharing, accountability, you see. See, weekly sharing circles, uh, senior junior mentorship, uh, service partnerships, like Krishna Sudama is service partnership. Correct, no? Okay? Spiritual intimacy grows when the heart opens, it's centered on Krishna, protected by intelligence, which means don't open your heart to wrong people, and then deepen through trust and sustained by the culture and the behavior. So this is the point, last point mentioned here. Open your heart, but to the right person for the right purpose. So I made one PPT for brahmacharis. I will not talk about it now, but I will just show you uh, because some brahmacharis also sitting. Same thing. Now you don't have to worry about the text now because text is only over now. You can just see the pictures. Just for fun, you can see the pictures. Because you already know all these things now. It's covered in this thing. See, many devotees are physically close but emotionally distant, correct? No? The formal, superficial, even political. We are together in temple but not together in heart. So the sutra is what? Association is not proximity, it is shared purpose in Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Simply greeting each other with Hare Krishna is not enough. Superficial it is. Not talking about services, schedules and all that. But discussing realizations and challenges. That's the Vishyamakate Prichati means discuss realizations and challenges. Like Arjuna discussed this challenge with Krishna. And Maitreya shared his realizations. Yeah. See, what is required for spiritual intimacy? Trust, openness, and service mode. Somebody is in a service mode to compassionately help somebody. Then the other person is also open. Then trust builds between them. We should not confuse this kind of intimacy with emotional dependency or gossip bonding, mundane friendship and all that. See these gossiping people, see? It's not gossiping. Krishna is an example we gave. In real life also, see, here is a family, husband, wife are chanting together, growing together, correcting each other compassionately. And why we fail in developing intimacy? Ego, competition mentality, fear of vulnerability. That's why we hide our struggles and we don't open our challenges. People pretend to be advanced as if nothing has happened. Like that, hiding struggles. So either we want to compete with one another. See, these are the 4 reasons given why we don't develop intimacy. Ego protection. It's oneself, one protects ego. People will not know. People will think I am less advanced. And then with others we compete and we feel vulnerable, pretending to be advanced. And Another one is given here, past hurt. Huh? Some past bad experience you have, then you cannot open up. You feel that, hey, already punched on my nose, one more time, I don't want the punch. Huh? Like that you feel. So, Arjuna did not have that problem of ego protection. Huh? Opened up. Huh? Oh, it's gone. What happened? Here is connected here. What happened? Tell me. You show the full one, full screen. Here is the duplicate, no? Exit. Okay. See, here devotee is struggling with chanting. See, he is avoiding association, going and chanting alone and dozing, and then you see, he's having fallen down. Correct, no? Yeah, correct, no? So that's the danger of avoiding association. Correct? Okay, now you see, here is a formal association. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, basic interaction. No heart connection. It's necessary, but it is not sufficient. Then better than this is what? This one. Functional association. Service-based interaction. Prabhus, come, let's distribute prasad. Let us work in a team together. Let us cooperate. We cook together. We preach. This is better than the previous one. Not just saying Hare Krishna, but also coming together and doing seva together. This is functional association. This is better. Better than this is third one. The spiritual intimacy. See? Sharing realization, sharing honest struggles, mutual correction, correcting affectionately, and deep trust. Four things are given here. Heart-to-heart discussions. Actually, nowadays, I don't think people have time to sit like this. Everybody is run. But if people can sit and share realizations from... So not only we should read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and all together, but there should be time for sharing the realization also. So realization sharing increases ecstasy. And honest struggle revelation brings help from other superiors. And mutual correction, when it is done properly, affectionate correction is given, other person receives in a mood of gratitude, then the correction helps people to remove all the unwanted things, like that. Then the deep trust is found. See, Narada is correcting Vyasa. Correct. Yeah. So like this you find. Here mother and father are sitting, saying that, father is saying, I'm becoming attached to the kid. Mother is saying, I also have the same problem. Okay, come, let's read Bhagavatam. They're reading Bhagavatam together. You see? Vulnerability, non-judgmental listening. Okay, seva-based bonding. Traveling, Sankirtan, cooking, seva, book distribution. See, honest correction. Gentle, personal, and service-oriented. Intimacy requires time, repetition, stability. There should be a planned one. Your mothers are making garland together, see. So, of course, they should avoid fault finding, comparison, all those things. Then only they can be like this. See, avoid artificial renunciation image. Honest guidance with seniors and brotherhood culture. See, avoid isolation in family life. Don't be alone. Practice, invite devotees to your home, go to other devotees' homes, you feed them prasad, go to their homes and accept prasad. Even 2 or 3 or 4 couples can come together. Correct? No? Avoid gossip, avoid a comparison, and then engage in Krishna Katha. Correct? No? And for students, see, avoid double life. See, there in colleges dancing in dandiyaras. And here is coming and playing Mridangam. So don't do a double life. Chicken life. Yeah, don't overshare with wrong people. Don't expect perfection from others. Don't gossip in the name of openness. And don't become emotionally dependent instead of spiritual growth. Some people become emotionally too dependent. Oh, somebody told me something, I am shattered, I am depressed now. Or somebody said I am okay, I am feeling very elated. So don't become emotionally hooked on somebody. There are some boys who say, you should be only my friend. You can't be friend with anybody else. And if another friend is smilingly talking to him, say, why did you talk to him? They have emotional dependency. So avoid emotional dependency, avoid expecting from others, don't overshare, don't gossip. Yeah. Actually, how do we open heart? Here's a simple thing given here. When you talk about one inspiration in your spiritual life and one struggle you are undergoing. So everybody can share one inspiration. Oh, I like this devotee is humility, this devotee is this. One great inspiration in your life. And one struggle I'm undergoing, and all of you boys give me idea on how I get out of this struggle. That we have done this exercise for brahmacharis we have done in the past. It's very powerful. No judgment, no advice unless asked. Confidentiality should be kept. So do I have at least one devotee I can open my heart to? Ask your question. Or you are afraid of opening to anybody. It's not very good. At least one person should be there. We can look like a fool in front of them. We can go and be corrected by them. Even when they correct, we still don't lose our affection for them. At least there should be one person like that. Am I approachable by others? Because if I am ridiculing others, mocking at others, if I yell at others, then others don't approach us, even if you're available also. That's why he's saying. Do others feel safe with me? Yeah, this we have completed this. What is the biggest obstacle in developing intimacy? Ego and fear. Which is about spiritual intimacy. Sharing, no, not sharing. Careful and selective association. Thank you very much. Prabhupada ki. See, here is a statement. Devotional life does not grow in isolation. It grows in deep, genuine association. Bhakti path requires coming together. Because Lord is more pleased when devotees come together and do all activities. 10 minutes I am going to answer questions. 10 o'clock sharp will leave you. You are hungry now? Then it's all right, 10 minutes? Quickly, cut quickly, like buzzer round. How to develop spiritual intimacy with devotees with whom we had negative exchanges in the past, or we are not getting well together. So, if you are really keen to connect with the same devotee with whom you hurt before, then you can go and offer obeisances to the devotee and say, Prabhu, at that time I was very immature. Now I have read many books. Now 1 year has passed. Now I'm a little more careful. Also, I have come to know your glories more. I'm sorry for my behavior. If you don't mind, we can come and read together once a week or twice a week. So if the devotee is ready to forgive the old past and is ready to connect with you, then you can connect. If he says, no, sorry, Prabhuji, no, mujhe malum hai, I understand what you are saying. Please don't be behind me and I'm not comfortable. Then you can leave him and connect with another devotee. What is the boundary between Guhyamagadi Prachati and the talks becoming Prajalpa? Very simple. You can check in our talks with devotees, is it helping us to, expand our understanding of philosophy? Is it increasing our knowledge base on Krishna consciousness? Sometimes somebody shared a very amazing pastime with you, you never knew. So when you hear it, so you'll be so thrilled. From one devotee I heard, and later on I found out the pastime. In the Dugdha Sagar, the milk ocean, there was one tortoise which climbed on the body of Ananta, and Ananta Shesh, and wanted to touch the feet of Lord Vishnu. He saw when Lakshmi was massaging. At that time, the Adishesh was there and he was staring at him. He said, hey, get down. He told him, get down, don't climb up. Then he came from another side. When he came from this side and climbed up, then Lakshmiji said, hey, go back into the ocean. So he climbed up, looked like this, and then went back. So he could not take the dust of the feet. But later on, Lord Vishnu noticed that. He felt pity for that tortoise. So he is the fellow who came as Kevat in the Ramayana. Huh? So when Kevat wanted to take Ram in the boat, he washed his feet. At the time, the same two people were there. Adishesh was in the form of Lakshman. And Lakshmi was in the form of... And they both were saying they didn't object. From that, what you learn? Lord arranged the situation for the devotee's desire to be fulfilled. So when I heard that, I was so thrilled. Amazing realization, isn't it? So, in this way, when we meet devotees, either they share realization and they uplift us. Or you are facing a challenge, you ask them, they give you a clue. Prabhu, you can do this. It's very easy. So, like, there is one devotee in America, Arjunanand Prabhu. He has got a earphone which you can use even while bathing also. You can be under the shower. It is waterproof. Amazing, no? Now I also got one. Amazing, no? So in this way, I was facing a challenge, how to hear when you are bathing. A lot of noise comes. But this is right next to your ear here. It doesn't go inside. It is like this, you can wear it like this. And even while bathing, can hear, while walking, going, coming, can hear, without putting it inside the ear. iPod goes inside now. Whereas this doesn't go inside, it is like this. So somebody can share something with you which can be a very good idea. Huh? Similarly, I learned from another devotee, you can have a smartphone without SIM card and you can use it as a hearing device. That idea also I got from one devotee. So I call it as a super smartphone. In our center, most of the devotees have early office and we don't come together anytime in the whole day. The evening also devotees will be busy with their own work. How can we inspire devotees to come together at least once in a day to have good relationship? Very simple. Evening you fix a time, like 15 minutes or something, before going to sleep. So you all sleep at 9:30. So 9:15 to 9:30, compulsory all devotees will come together. Come together, read some Leela Amrita or something together. We should make it a point. Even in a family also, husband, wife, children, 15 minutes a day they come together, the home will be like Vaikuntha, There'll be no quarrel. The wife will feel that, oh, husband has attention for the family. Yes, he's not ignoring the family. After conflict with a devotee, it becomes difficult to share our mind as we do before. How to deal with this kind of situation? Don't share. Share with another devotee with whom you are comfortable. Huh? And then if equal devotee friends always glorify each other, how much advanced each other are? Is it good? How to make it, how to not make it superficial and how to make it genuine? Yeah, actually, initially it may be superficial, but over a period of time, when the trust develops very deeply, they can also glorify and they can also help each other by offering some room for improvement also. We don't call it feedback, we call it room for improvement. What to do if I feel I may commit offense and feel insecurity in association of devotees? What is solution for it? I feel I am doing service like others. See, if you feel that you will commit offense and you feel insecurity in association of devotees, then you only amongst the devotees find out in whom you have confidence. You may not have confidence in everybody. At least there should be one at least with whom you can open your mind. Sometimes we try to help devotees, but the other devotee don't understand that we are trying to help by correcting or giving guidance. Sometimes he feels hurt. How to deal maturely and intimately. Oh, so the correction is not something which conditioned souls like to hear. So, like, if you announce Gulab Jamun, everybody will come running. Huh? If you say Karela Sabji, everybody will go running away, correct, no? Although it is very good. Karela Sabji is good for health. So what do? So you give first Gulab Jamun, along with that tell the glories of Karela also. Then you can give that also, correct, no? What does emotional dependence mean? That means, you become depressed and some boy has to motivate you to come out of that depression. Like, for example, you failed in some paper Now you're sleeping in a dark room, daily come back and sleep. You're not getting up. Somebody has to shake your shoulder and say, Prabhu, aisa itna chinta mat karo, ud jao. Oh, chalo, come to that hall. I'm studying. Come, let's study together. Somebody else has to sort of motivate you to take initiative. Just like what happened to Arjuna. Correct, no? The beginning of the battle, like that. That is emotional dependency. That's one meaning of that. Another thing is somebody says, I am okay. For example, you did something. Somebody you expected, what do you call it? Pat on the back. Huh? Like every one of you is doing some seva. In the early days, you must have got a pat on the back. Now you may not get now, over the years. Prabhuji, कोई देखता नहीं, कोई बोलता नहीं, तुम करते जा रहे हैं, अरे भगवान देख रहे हैं आपको, हाँ? Guru Parampara is seeing you. You should not be emotionally dependent on others' appreciation. What is like-minded association, and what if we get among devotees whom we live with? If you don't get that type of like-minded means, for example, you have attraction for pastimes, somebody has attraction, then both can be good friends. So you have attraction for tattva, like Anaya Krishna Prabhu, he is very fond of Sanskrit and deep study of Shastra. Now he and Chaitanya Prabhu can sit. They will enjoy each other's association, correct? No? Chaitanya Prabhu and Michael Kramo, our Dutakan Prabhu, they will enjoy scientific association. Correct? No? Scientific things like that. Like-minded like that. So how to have very good spiritual intimacy with devotees with whom we had some issues, like they had sometimes found fault. But we both have genuine care for me. Okay, slowly you repair that relationship. How do you repair it? Very simple. Relationships are like an emotional bank deposit. It's like, if you keep on depositing, you give some special prasad for them, write some note on their birthday, go and meet them, appreciate them. So you're depositing 10, 20, 50, 100, 200. Now if you have deposited 500 count and you have withdrawn only 200 count, that means balance you have 300. Still they have appreciation. But you deposited 500, you withdrew 800. As soon as they look at you, they turn their face away. Like that. Anytime we ask problem of devotee, health, job, discussion just remains there. How to convert spiritual discussion? There is also giving philosophy a difficult time. Actually, if you give philosophy at the difficult time, they will get hurt, he's saying. See, first be sympathetic and then give philosophy. Correct? No? See, Krishna gave philosophy or not to Arjuna. Therefore, friend, philosopher, guide. See, till the verse 2.7, Krishna was friend. Yeah. From 2.7 to the end of Bhagavad Gita, he was philosopher. And after he said Karishya Vachanam Tava, he became guide. So be a friend, philosopher and guide. What does conscious selective sharing mean? Yeah, conscious means be alert, don't be offensive. While sharing, be careful, don't hurt one another. Try to be friendly. Now too many questions, now we won't get time now. But we answered, some of them may be repetitive too. So there is some activity. I think we will get one slot in the evening or somewhere, I think. Afternoon, evening, we will do. This is very, very important topic it is. Actually, Antadi Prabhu, Revati Prabhu, they can do this very well. I'll find out if we can get a slot with them. They'll make some of it into groups and we will do these things. Okay? Shil Prabhupada ki, Prabhupada Vrinda ki. Thank you very much.